This is my 2012, I think. Where's the number plate? Where is it? She is a 2012 Mini Cooper, aka the Tic Tac, and I have just finished converting her into a tiny car camper. Inside here I've managed to fit a proper working toilet. I've got a compressor fridge, I've even got an induction hob, and I've got a power station with a charging system that tops it up to 100% every time that I drive the car. For those who are new to the channel, a couple of years ago I converted a Volkswagen Caddy Maxi into a micro camper, and I absolutely loved that thing. I took it far and wide, but after about a year I wanted something bigger, so I bought myself a Fiat Ducato, converted that into what I like to call a luxury miniature home on wheels, aka the Pigeon. And I took that to the Arctic and back. All those videos are on the channel if you haven't seen those already. But for now, this video is just to show you the entire build process from start to finish. So let's crack on with that. So the first step was to completely remove the rear seats. I've also taken out the seatbelt buckles, but I've left the little components on the end of these wires. And that's just so that the car doesn't throw up any warnings when I turn the ignition on. I've just taken some of the four-way stretch carpet that I had left over from my van build, and I've put it down over that metal work. I've done it really roughly because it's going to be hidden under the bed anyway, but it's just there so that if I use this area as storage, then my clothes aren't going to be resting against the metal. And that is now the front seat out as well. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't leave the components on the end of this wire because they were a lot bigger, so I've had to order a resistor which plugs into this bit, and that's going to trick the car into thinking there's still a seat there. And it's not the end of the world, but it just means that until then I'm going to have to live with that airbag warning on the dash. So I've put together this bed frame mainly using pocket hole joints. Now, there was no method to this or no plan. I just started piecing it together bit by bit, and as you can see, it fits nicely. Pretty much all of the legs are different lengths because the car doesn't have any nice flat spots at all, but I worked around that. Job done. And the next addition are these soft close undermount drawer runners. They've just been screwed onto the inside. So I now have an extendable cooking surface out the back of the car, and that will tuck away neatly underneath the bed. Now, this is the underneath of the bedboards. I've just glued these battens in place. Both of these panels are removable so that you can access the storage under the bed, and those battens were just to stop it from sliding around on top of the frame. To finish the bed off, I found this trifold mattress on Amazon so it can lift up and fold out of the way. And to get it fitting perfectly, I just opened up each of these sections and I used an electric knife to cut the foam to the correct shape. I've also just added this storage pouch thing, which I found on Amazon, and that just gives some extra pockets on the back of the driver's seat. And this is now a little bit of framework that I've made for the other side of the car, and it fits perfectly into this little gap here. Now, it is set back from the bed on purpose. That is because I want to be able to use this back bit of the car to sit on. I did originally intend to cut the old seat in half and use that, but it didn't quite fit, so I've just got this little wooden platform here, and that is the seat that I will perch on whilst I'm doing my cooking on the edge of the bed. And that now has a slide out work surface on there as well. I've just cut this bit of foam out, and then using spray glue I've attached that to the seat, and I've also cut a piece of plywood to shape to fit on top of this unit, and that has been screwed in place. This is the EcoFlow alternator charger, and it's going to charge my power station at a very high rate from the car's battery whilst I drive. So I've taken out the car battery and I've just found this little rubber grommet thing. I've cut a hole in that, and that should lead to the area underneath the glove box. And that is now the cables from the EcoFlow alternator charger going up through that hole as planned. The positive is connected to the battery and the negative is connected to the ground point in the car. I've attached the charger directly to the power station just using some heavy duty Velcro, and that is now all plugged in. That is now in place, and the cable that comes from the car battery now plugs into the back of that charger. So this is the ideal size toilet for a car camper, and believe it or not, this company makes one even smaller than this. It's got a magnetic lid so that stays on nice and firm, and it's just a separator toilet, so it's got two sections there, and you can line the back with a bag. And as you can see, once I remove this front bedboard, it fits perfectly into the gap. So Mel has now put the components in to stop the airbag light. So that is the two airbag lights there. The next one along is to stop the seatbelt clip warning light, and the one next to that is for the seat occupancy sensor. So this is my 800 watt induction hob. The lead from that is long enough to run all the way to the power station, so that runs off of that no problem. And this is my portable espresso machine that charges via USB-C, and then that just runs off of its internal battery. And if necessary, you can just sit inside, put this heatproof board down, and then cook directly on top of that inside the car. For these simple blackout curtains, I've just used some slightly stretchy fabric that I found. It's like a canvas type of fabric, and it's just attached all around the windows using these poppers, and that creates a nice tight fit. And the bonus of using this thin material is that it doesn't take up any storage space when folded up and packed away. I've just added this lip here to the top of the unit to stop the fridge from flying forwards, and I'm also going to secure it down with these strips of heavy duty Velcro. And as you can see, that is now solid. It is not going anywhere. And that is now my lighting in place. So these are just USB strip lights, and obviously I'm running those cables underneath everything and up to my power station. But that will give me just about enough light so I can see what I'm doing at night. And there we have it. That is how you turn a tiny little car into a capable micro camper. Well, I say capable, I haven't actually used it yet, but literally in about 2 hours from now, I'm going to take it out for the first camping mission. Hopefully it will be a success, so stay tuned if you want to check that out. Oh no, oh no, oh dear, that is not good. No. Right, open the doors. I will put links in the description below for anything that I've put into this build. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoy what's to come. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next week.